Welcome back to Cut the Nets episode. I think this is episode four, episode three of Brady and I being together. We have, in our eyes, a very exciting episode this week. As some of you might have seen on Twitter and Instagram, we released a combined NBA draft big board made between the two of us, where we both made our own rankings and then we averaged them out and ranked the best players available for this June's NBA draft. And we posted it and we said we were going to talk about it. This is us talking about it. This is the type of thing that can get updated as the spring goes on. We'll expand to 60 players and we'll turn into a probably 5 hour mock draft episode at some point. So, yeah, I mean, Brady, I'll let you check
Do it.
in for a couple seconds if you have any thoughts on games or things that happened over the weekend, and then we can just get right into it.
No, not even. I just want to say Michigan's going to be all right. But this list is really just ranking the unrankable as it's so early. You look between two players, we'll get there down the line, whichever two players. And it's like this guy's better at this, he's better at that. He's older, but
Hmm.
he's better than the guy that's younger. But are we drafted in the older guy? Stuff like that. But it makes it fun as well.
For sure. I agree with you that Michigan will be fine. The SEC is confusing, of course.
The Big 12 doesn't lose.
Big
No,
12 doesn't
they really
lose.
don't even lose to each other.
Somehow they all play each other and they don't lose.
Yeah.
Nebraska saved themselves again, so they're the
Again.
truth. Miami of Ohio, Zach Sahoski's Redhawks
Yep.
had a shout out.
They
That
didn't need any saving. They just
still
won the game.
still 17-0. They just
That's
don't
the
lose.
best. Because I think Vandy and Nebraska are 16.
16-0.
So
And
Miami's
Miami,
literally the best.
Miami, Ohio beat Akron. They beat the conference, the league
Saw that one.
favorite.
Saw that one.
So they're in a good spot.
I hope they get ranked. Let them get to like 19 and
They
rank
got
them.
votes. I was just looking at the poll
Well,
a couple
the
minutes ago. They got votes.
Dean Hall's at 25 right now. Let them play UConn this week. Right? Let them play anyone. It's the Big
Yeah.
East. They'll lose. Everyone loses to everyone.
Well, and all the SEC teams that are in the 20s, like Georgia and
Yeah,
Florida,
probably play each other.
yeah, they probably play each other.
Yeah, Miami, Ohio gets to play like Mercyhurst next week, bro.
Yeah, probably. Well, without further ado, it gets interesting right off the top with this big board because we split who was ranked number one and who was ranked number two. Um, Brady had AJ Demancey to number one and Darren Peterson number two. I had it flipped. The only way to break this tie was somebody giving in, and I decided that we can put AJ one just because he's been playing more, and
I
we've
think
seen him on the floor.
I'm admittedly a contrarian here, but I also understand that you can't be wrong between these
You
two.
you
So
can't.
it might turn out to be team dependent, and I guess I'm just team AJ. Now looking back on this in not even 2 years, maybe 8 months, could be the dumbest thing ever. AJ doesn't put on the 10 pounds Darren is Cater or whatever player comps he gets that
Or
are all
both.
ridiculous. Yeah, seriously. Um, but I really don't think you can be wrong. I see all the mock drafts have Darren one. There's a lingering hamstring injury. AJ's not been bad. He hasn't had one bad game. Um, and I just don't like Darren sitting out there. It's not sitting out. He's obviously injured, but he'll go for 20 and then his team's gonna lose because he doesn't play the last five. Something about it. I'm not sure. It's obviously not a shot at his competitive nature, but I'm team AJ. He's a Massachusetts Bull right here, and why not?
I was gonna ask you, Darren Peterson, since he's come back, he scores 25 points in 24 minutes, and then his team loses an upset. Who is that reflective of?
Not
Who should we be pointing the finger at? I'm sure it's not Darren Peterson,
Oh,
but
it literally can't be on him. And it also, I guess, can't be on Bill Self because Bill Self is going day by day as to how much do you want to play Darren. He's probably asking him. He's not
yeah.
asking anyone else. And therefore, I mean, it's on the supporting cast in theory, but maybe they're just not as good. Luckily, I'm not picking Kansas to go very far, and instead I am picking Darren to go very high. So I
Mhm.
wouldn't blame it on one person. Definitely not Darren Peterson, but I would like to see him out there start the season.
Yeah, I mean, also if you think about it with Darren, like the fact that he's out there even in the limited minutes might even be a good thing to show for his competitiveness because he could theoretically not play another second this season and still get picked at the very lowest third.
Yeah, it's true. That
And
is true.
then
But
AJ on the other side, his team is obviously having more success, but he is at the forefront of it. He's making a lot of hard shots inside the arc. The volume outside the arc is still something that's probably one of his biggest question marks, but he's been dominant. He's been almost everything anyone would expect for him coming into this season.
yeah, everything he does looks professional. Everything Darren does looks easy. And there's like a little difference there because AJ's steps are so long and it makes it look difficult, but then it goes in anyways. Darren, he just like floats the ball up there and it goes in. And it was like, were you even trying to make that? And it looks easy. But that's not a teller of one way or the other between the two.
So those guys, depending on how much Darren plays, maybe what it looks like, how consistent AJ stays, maybe he takes a step up. One and two could be decided by June. It could stay like this.
Yeah, and
I
Vegas has it close.
I think three and four, at least for now, are pretty locked in.
I think I think three is.
Cameron Boozer of three,
Yeah, I think three is locked in. Can't
Duke
lose it.
University.
Yes. And I don't even
Great,
have much to say.
great polished offensive player,
He just fills it
ton of
up.
rebounds.
He fills up the stat sheet literally every single night.
Let's see on defense, maybe in the NBA, kind of just all right with the foot speed.
Yeah, because it's the awkward, like you're playing like you're supposed to be 6'11", but you're
He's not
not
a center.
sort of thing that they question mark. But I think the GM that gets pick three could trade it. And if they don't trade it and pick someone else, they get fired, is the thing, you
Yeah,
know?
that's the thing. Because he in a weird way has average 20 and 10 upside.
Yeah, yeah, he actually does. He just all he has to do is find the life in that mid-range game, and it
Mm.
doesn't matter.
And
They
he
can
could
tweak
step
guard
he
him.
could step out and hit him.
Yeah, I've seen it. Top of the key. Why not? It's big in modern game.
So number four, as it stands today, is Caleb Wilson, the lanky forward from North Carolina. But I want you to talk about why there are question marks showing up with Caleb Wilson and what you've seen and what you haven't seen, because we might be thinking the same thing here.
Well, I was gonna say that he brings out some young attributes, and pure athleticism is sometimes cute, but not what we look for. We being a professional, and so he jumps around. He gets an ungodly amount of rebounds for the way he
Many
plays
rebounds in college.
offensively, but the I'm a pure athlete could result in being handsy, could result in bringing the ball down, getting stripped. He's a little thin, stuff like that. Now, I do think he's the fourth best prospect, so I wasn't saying it like I wouldn't select him for. I think we both agreed, obviously, that he was four here. Um, yeah, give me what you think, but that's really what I would say. I think they're just question marks that the top three don't exactly have.
My thing with Caleb Wilson is what does he look like as an offensive player if you take out all layups and dunks?
Yeah, that's true. That is what it is. If he can't,
Because
he dunks everything right now. He's not
in the
dunking
NBA,
everything
in
if he
the
plays like a
NBA,
role
I
player.
get he's what, 6'10" even. He's tall. He's at least I have it
6'10",
here.
thin, bouncy. He's definitely
I have it
six.
here actually. 6'10", only 215. I mean,
Yeah, he's not. They're not even gonna make him put that many on.
it's gonna be harder in the NBA though to get
Yeah,
at the rim.
absolutely. Like you draft this guy, then you think, all right, we have to play San Antonio game one of the season. How does he go score?
Yeah, he
And
doesn't.
how does he
Or
score?
you
You
play
could you
OKC or any team that can do a two big lineup, Houston, Detroit.
the issue might be you don't have to put a 4 or 5 on him. Realistically, you got a guy that's been in the league. There's obviously such levels between college and professional development. You got some stocky guy plays the three, is a big two sort of thing. You could bump him around. Like I would say right now, I would go on a limb and say Cade, obviously huge guard, but is a one, could guard him. And granted, he's 5 years older, 5 years stronger. Just that type of idea raises the question marks as you were just saying.
And if his offensive profile is thin, like what if you can put Austin Reeves on Caleb Wilson for an NBA game and be fine?
Exactly. Exactly. Because then it messes up a dynamic
Someone
somewhere.
like that
That being said, the flip is just there's so much promise.
with the athleticism.
Right. Yeah. You just do that. Like, what if you can turn him into a defender?
Yeah.
He does get blocks already. What if you don't even need the long ball because you turn him into a defender that can also get out and run and whatever, whatever. He's a like good glamorized Maras Buzels, but instead he's like averaging 20 instead of the 15. Then you got yourself some goods.
Teams probably want to see Jaden McDaniels when they look at Caleb Wilson,
Yeah, exactly.
even though the ability to hit the outside shot and the ball handling and the oddball defense
No, it's
isn't
definitely
there
Caleb.
as much, and the athleticism is. They
And he's
kind of see the
baller.
vision.
Yeah, 100% I agree.
All right, there's Caleb Wilson. We went Sam at five, Sam at six, Kingston Flemings of Houston at five, Darius Acuff of Arkansas at six. Why Fleming's the edge? Go. And if you want to include Phylon, he's here at seven.
No, I don't want to include Phylon because even with age, I think he is slightly below. Um, Kingston Flemings, he plays like he's actually 30 years old. He's seen everything, been in every room. I've never seen, he ended the game, I forget against who the other day, close game. Um,
I forget
and
who, but I
by
know exactly the game you're talking about.
Bayou and one. Next possess gets the steal, gets to his spot, mid-range pull-up. And then Kevin Sampson's calling for slow it down, whatever. Shot clock's running down. Hits like a 28 footer. Did nothing on his face. Like that's the type of guy you need. He's also not low turnover volume type of guard. Passes well, not as well as Acuff, I suppose.
I
Um,
think that's right.
passes well, scores well, defends well, wants it. The defense is because he wants it. He's a Kelvin Sampson product, so they all want it over there. I just saw Jamal Shed, watched him live, like he wants it there. He wants the minutes, stuff like that. Um, so that's you gotta. I would gamble on him. He's not a gamble at all. But if there was like which guard do I take, I think it would be him.
Yeah, I agree. First non-Peterson guard off the board. I'll go quick with these two. Acuff's ability to make hard shots and create something out of nothing, I think is probably a little bit better. That's something that LeBaron Philon has too. Flemings, though, creates more space than those guys because he's quicker and longer and he gets to his spots and he makes shots look more open than
Mhm.
other guards do for himself. Whether it's just a quick pull up three or he's getting to a spot in and around the free throw line, he's able to use his length and separation to his advantage to make things look and perceive better for him.
I think the best compliment I could give him is that I thought he was 6 foot before looking into it.
Six
You know,
four.
like, yeah, 6'4", that's like, all right, give me him right now, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now, Acuff, I was kind of the same way, and I saw 6'3". But
He
he's a little,
plays a little smaller though.
yeah, he does. He likes passing a little more. Um, LeBaron's a bit of a street ball player. Now he makes shots, and there's street ball players in the league, and there's street ball players in the league that are very good, and street ball players in the league that are needed. But he's very not situational per se, but someone like Joe Mazzulla wouldn't want him, I don't think exactly. And there are guys like the Charlotte Hornets. Like if you put him next to LaMelo Ball, that'd be the sickest backcourt,
Yeah.
you know? So stuff like that, which bumps him a tier below. I didn't even include age because I'm sure he's younger than you and I anyways. So if you're younger than us,
He's younger than us, but he's a year older than
yeah,
both of these two.
he's a year older. Like he was good last year too, you know? That's the thing. If he was a random like ta I'd be like, oh, let me look more into him.
Mhm.
He's not. But he also does have a lot of help back there with Aiden Holloway. And one thing I'll say about Alabama, they don't play any defense and they just run and zip up the court all game, which gives them more offensive possession, stuff like that. Now, as someone who's played basketball, I know enough to tell you that that doesn't inflate stats all that much. They're not just standing there like go score so I can play offense again.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would say he's a tier, half a tier under the best guards. I grab me a river here.
When I'm thinking about LeBaron Philon and I'm having an image of my mind of him doing like, like the Spider-Man dribble when you were a kid where you're
Yeah,
just going all, I think like that's how he gets down to the paint and makes his layups,
yeah,
gets his free throws. Like
yeah,
it's a little less clean than these guys.
yeah. But there's ways for it to translate. It's
Yeah.
not like the moves are just not gonna be good next year. It's so hard to put a defender in front of that, but that's definitely facts.
Number eight, a guy we have not seen a lot of, Jaden Quaintance,
Hurt again.
the 18-year-old center from Kentucky for a little bit. You ranked him eighth. I ranked him 10th.
I think 10's definitely closer.
We just haven't seen him play that much.
I think I put him eighth off of speculation, which is something I very rarely do
Well,
because
everyone's putting him sixth off of
yeah,
speculation. So
we both know enough not to do that, and I put him eighth here. Um, I don't see a lot from him. He looks a little awkward. He gets the rebound, doesn't know really what to do. Like, why not just go up and get fouled? Maybe he's not comfortable with the line, stuff like that. Now he is long as hell and said to be like the best defensive prospect. And I just watched Colin Murray Boyles live. He was pretty good, so maybe he's something like that, him on steroids,
mhm.
sort of thing. But I'm not sure. Eight's high, but seems like it might be accurate, I guess.
Yeah, the finishing is supposed to be there. He's had some efficient shooting games. He's had some games where he's played 20 minutes and he's taken three shots. Now, I know the offensive system that he's in right now is, well, to put it lightly, it's not the swiftest with the Kentucky Wildcats. But in the NBA, there is a place to play if you can run, jump, and block shots and get a bunch of rebounds. And in the time we've seen him, he's done that, and there's been a lot of talking about how he has the ability to do that. So I hope it's not some sort of like James Wiseman story. You know, James
Yeah,
Wiseman was more polished offensively, but this guy we all thought was going to do great in the NBA, but it didn't pan out. He has the physical tools, but he doesn't have like the experiential
right.
background to show us that he can yet.
Yeah, we didn't add teams to this to make it any mock drafts, but a team like the Celtics, you give them the eighth pick, they draft them, because they
Yeah.
need that, and they don't need any LeBaron, whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
teams will need a guy
Stuff
like
like
this.
that that'll make the 8 to 10 range, probably 10, I think, if I were looking back on it after he scored one and then five or whatever this week. Um, that makes this not incorrect, but just speaking it out loud, it seems a little high.
Yeah, it does. Number nine is Koa Pete,
He good, but he's the
freshman forward from Arizona.
he's the same awkward boozer, play big in college. You look at him and he's actually 6'8" sort of thing.
But a 235 though.
Yeah, so we're stocky and broad enough to be a four. Right now we're playing 4 or 5, and that's just not what he's going to be in the NBA
Yeah.
at all, which raises obvious concerns for GMs. What do you think on him though?
The jump shot has to be better. I'm a little worried about sometimes how he gets the ball. Like if he gets like a catch on the elbow or if he gets a catch on the block, you're not going to really do that in the NBA and have success at 6'8". And
Yeah,
the only guy that like gets catches on the elbow is Jokic.
yeah, and
Just
the
like
thing,
flashes for a catch.
yeah, and when we put him, we pencil him right in. He's not like he's not AJ or whatever.
Yeah.
So we pencil him right in. He's on one of the blocks. Are we making that entry pass to him? Like, do we believe he's going to score on whoever's guarding him?
He's
Probably
probably got
not. He's
someone
probably
taller.
smaller. So there's an issue there. Um, yeah, I really agree with you.
Defense, great. Rebounding, especially for his height and for if he's playing the four, great. If he can get some shooting and some athleticism and play some big three for NBA teams, I think they
Yeah.
would love that. I don't necessarily see the avenue to that.
And the issue, he's not going to ever do that, obviously, in Arizona because they go like Burries and then the kid and then Bradley and the kid with like the mohawk.
Is
You
that
know what
Del
I'm talking about?
Orso?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Del
go Del
Orso. So
Orso.
they'll do that and they're all ones.
Yeah,
Then you just pencil in a 4 and a 5. Like, what do you mean he's gonna play three? And
yeah.
Del Orso's 6 foot. He's playing the three right now. Um, so that'll just have question marks lingering around. He's a good enough player though. He'll be a lottery.
Number 10, Yaxel Lendeberg, age 23.7, Michigan Wolverines.
I mean, he just looks like such an NBA player. Now he actually wasn't good this week, but he honestly doesn't look like he's trying ever, which is like a little awkward. it makes him look a little awkward out there. He'll like jab and go by him and then just stop and then like pass it, whatever. But he is built like he should be a professional athlete in three different sports.
Yeah.
Jumps like it, he runs like it. Um, he seems to be liked by everyone. Good defender, good offensive player. He fills up the stat sheet in terms. He's a good passer, sneaky, good rebounder,
Mhm.
fine scorer. To be placed in at 10 here, he's a fine scorer.
The
So
fact that
pretty
he
much
could
everything.
score on all three levels, though, at
Yeah,
least to some extent, like he can go into an NBA lineup and put the ball on the floor against another backup four and
right.
make a jump shot in an NBA lineup, and then the rebounding will be there. If I don't need a lot of creation, I would probably take Koa Pete over Lendeberg. But if you're someone that as a team, someone that struggles with being able to space the floor and being able to get unique opportunities to create offense, then I think Yaxel Lenderberg, especially if you're on kind of a shorter timeline, him being 24 when he gets picked, would be a great addition.
I agree. I'm also curious who you would even throw out there to guard him. Like you throw
Yeah.
your four, your three, your two sort of thing. And that's like fun. Like it makes a coach's job easier. And you
Mm.
think like you get a guy like him, you can develop him. Maybe a team that's a bit more set can go get the 23 point whatever year old guy.
Number 11 is Braylon Mullins, the sharpshooting guard from UConn. The more
Really,
threes
sniper.
he takes, he's going to keep climbing up.
He's literally a sniper. I would not be surprised if he's at seven.
Yeah.
By like when it gets there, I think seven he could get to. He is so good at shooting, and I don't know if he does anything else, but he honestly doesn't need to do anything else. There are teams that need shooting. There's a scarcity of shooting, not in the whole league, but on some teams.
Mhm.
And just being a pure shooter that doesn't miss is good enough for some teams. He's obviously got the age going for him. He's probably 18 years old, but he's a good player.
He's the best in the draft at the most sought after individual skill in the whole league.
Yeah,
And it saw Reed Shepard at 18 years and 6 foot nothing, whatever he is, 6'3". It sure doesn't look it, but they call him 6'3". That's
yeah,
what got Reed Shepard picked third in
yeah,
a little
exactly.
bit of a bad draft, but like there will be a team along the way in the top 10 that's like, we could really use a sharpshooter. We're
Yeah,
seeing how
exactly.
the Con Knipple pick is working out.
Hmm.
Pretty good. He was a lot in college, but he was a sharpshooter before anything else.
A good player.
Number 12, a guard who has slipped a little bit, Mikel Brown Jr. from Louisville, mostly because he's not played a lot. When he's played, it's been shaky, it's been a little inconsistent. He still has the upside, but it doesn't look as smooth or as comfortable as we thought it was going to in his freshman year.
No, they're just analytics. Louisville Analytics is a team that show their assist numbers skyrocket with him off, stuff like that. Their ball movement's better. They look a bit more fluid on offense, stuff like that. And I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but I would speculate that there's some coincidence there, and they just so happen to be playing better in games 17, 16, and 15 than they were in 1, 2, and 3, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, he's a good player individually, but he is dropping for the sole purpose, for the sole reason that he's letting like Kingsley Flemings and whoever jump him. You know, he's just getting jumped. It's not like he's necessarily dropping. And we have him at 12 here. We could have thrown him at like 10 instead, but I wouldn't throw him at 4, 5, 5, 6, or 7. You know what I'm saying?
I feel LaMelo Bally, Trey Youngy when I think about him, like a little bit empty offense. And I know we haven't seen too much of him, but if that's the road your play style is going to go down, obviously we know it's getting less valued by teams that want to contend. But the offensive upside is for sure still there.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And he'll go.
Yeah, he'll for
If he
sure
don't
go.
play the rest of the season, he'll go.
13, Keaton Wagler from Illinois.
I'm honestly missing why he's not going like five. Every time I throw on the game, he runs the big one and he has 18, 6, and 4. And he's efficient and he plays defense and he blocks shots. He literally does everything. I think he's gonna keep climbing the whole season, but he's not gonna get talks around his name, and he's gonna be a steal at probably exactly like 13 here.
Yeah, maybe end of the lottery. I mean,
Yeah,
he's got the build 6'6", basically a point guard. Um, I know Illinois has some ball handling distribution duties, who's doing it, who's not doing it. The scoring at an NBA level is probably a question. I
yeah.
think the fact that he's able to be involved in so many things on the court, like you were saying, is something that's super attractive, though. And it's kind of cause for people to get picked in this range that even though their stats might not show it, and his kind of do, but like can contribute to positive basketball. And he's been doing that so far.
I think you pick him knowing you're getting good at everything, and you're not getting like,
He's not
please
going to be great at
over
anything.
my team.
I think so. Number 14, Hannes Steinbach,
Oh, he's a
6'11"
really
center, Washington.
watch him the other day. He's a phenomenal rebounder.
Oh, I
I know
bet.
I know it says he's like 23 a game or whatever the hell. He actually gets brings down every single shot that hits the rim. It was impressive. I don't know where he came from. I could take a guess with his name. Um, but yeah, he's really good. Freshman as well.
It's probably from the movie Frozen.
Yeah,
He's
looks like
good,
it.
pretty polished around the rim.
Yeah, his
Maybe not
touch
the
is
most,
there.
maybe not the most athletic center, but what were they saying about Derek Queen?
Exactly.
He's not Derek Queen, but like,
He doesn't make those moves, but he
he got,
stretches it a little.
yeah, he can a little bit.
He doesn't need to really.
If you want a guy to stretch it, number 15 will be 23 on draft night. Bennett Sturts, the sniper out of Iowa.
He is really good, but his offense I noticed is very centered around him, which it wouldn't be in the NBA.
That would not be. He would have to learn how to move without the ball more.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everything is he passes it to the guy at the top of the key and then runs and goes, gets it back on a handoff, and then he looks for his own shot and it's not there. Same sort of thing. Now he hits them all is the issue. He plays nice and slow. When I say nice and slow, it's because it's at his own pace. But there are teams, I have none off the top of my head. I guess Celtics, honestly, but there are teams that like run, and he's not really the one running. He's the guy that's like, slow it down. I have a plan.
Yeah.
So maybe there are some teams that need that because he is good enough.
Yeah, there will be a little bit of a play style adjustment period for him, more
Yeah.
so than a lot of these other guys. Kind of just because what his coach does and what he was doing at Drake, that was their whole thing to just slow the game down as much as possible. But
Yeah.
the 3-point shooting and a little bit of the off the dribble mid range stuff, the ability is there, and
It is.
it's worth helping him with the adjustment to a faster game.
Yeah, pretty much everything's off the dribble for him. Even the long ball he gets to whatever off the screen, a one dribble pull up. It's pretty, but there are the question marks there.
Number 16, Christian Anderson, Texas
Literally the
Tech,
inverse for him.
20-year-old guard.
You literally the inverse. He's always
Yeah.
looking to push it. He's always looking to get his, but then he knows someone's down there.
Mhm.
Uh, he's really good. He can score. He can pass. I think he's just a little smaller.
6'3", 178.
Like I don't know how they're calling all these guys 6'3".
Yeah, they all look 6'1".
Yeah, no. But yeah, so maybe he's not even too small. I would still take Bennett over him. But
Not
if
the
I were to
smaller
maybe,
guys.
yeah, maybe if I were to start a college team, I wouldn't sort of thing.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. But I think those are two that you could flip. You could think about here, think about there. Both good players.
Mhm. 17 is an interesting position. It's Nate Ament
Yeah,
from
you picked
Tennessee.
it. You got it.
Um, I ranked him higher. You ranked him lower. It averaged out to 17. It's been unimpressive. At first, he was Kevin Durant, and then he was Anthony Davis, and now he's just Nate from Tennessee. Not shooting it that well. He's not getting as many blocks or rebounds as we might imagine he would because well, he's not a lead ball handler there because it looks like he can't be. And he's not like a interior defender there because he's kind of playing the three on that team because they're pretty big. it just hasn't worked out for like what we want to see out of Nate so
No, it's the
far. He's taken mid-range jumpers and he's like kind of in the middle on defending guys and guarding guys that play in the dunker spot. Like he hasn't been good, yes, but also there's a little bit of he hasn't been able to show himself because Rick Barnes is so team focused, winning focused.
yeah, I mean, he has like no dunks this season, no blocks this season. I forget what the two stats were that he had super few of, but it was something like that where it's like, how are you not just getting your own?
I want to see him do better. He did better on Saturday against Florida and they lost by 25, so
Yeah, so maybe just stay doing
maybe
worse. See
that's
if
a
it
sign. Or maybe or maybe stay and transfer to a
Yeah,
different school.
he wouldn't.
He wouldn't.
No, I agree though.
Number 18, Thomas Howe, forward from Florida, is gonna shoot it.
Yeah, I mean, there's all the talk about that
He'll be
backcourt.
23.
Um, they'll talk about that backcourt, which takes away the good from the team because they talk about how bad they are. And now bad's obviously relative because their backcourt's not bad individual players, it's just not
Yeah.
working so far. Um, Tom H is really, really doing it pretty well. I mean, he always is, he always has been. He did at the end of last year, right into March Madness. If you can do something in March Madness, you can do it in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the biggest stage as a kid, the jitters, this and that. And he's doing it again. That's what coaches needed to see. I assume he'll get picked right around this. I like the spot.
Yeah, and like playoff teams are gonna want Thomas Howe because he
Yeah,
can guard a little bit and he can definitely shoot and he has contributed to winning and you can tell he really cares about team basketball, which are all attractive qualities, especially if you're looking at an older guy that can fill a hole and slide into the rotation a lot faster than some other guys can.
definitely.
So 19 and 20, we have the Baylor kids. 19 is Tunde Yesufu because we both had him at 19. 20 is Cameron Carr. I had him in the into the 20s a little bit. Cameron Carr is a year and a half older as well.
Yeah, can't I mean, Yesufu was projected at the start of the season like 12, like end of the lottery. I haven't heard his name very
He can't
much.
score.
What?
He can't score.
Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't heard his name, and people talk about people that score, and he doesn't score. So, am I drafting a pure defender in the lottery? Maybe if he is the best defender sort of thing. And I think I look up this list, I might be able to find better. And therefore, 19 is kind enough. He's probably also 18 years old. His team's lost three straight games. He's supposed to be one of the best on the court. That's also probably why Cameron Carr, who's up by like 20 a game, he can score stuff like that.
Mhm.
He's also young, relatively speaking. He's just not the 18-year-old. Um, he's also down by 20.
Yeah, I mean Cameron Carr, if he was a better primary scoring option, then Baylor wouldn't have dropped three in a row and they wouldn't be out of the tournament right now.
Right.
So we kind of know what his ceiling is. His NBA ceiling is probably like a bench microwave shooter guy. I think Jordan Clarkson a little
Like a,
bit,
yeah,
which
like
is a
Malik
fine
Monk here.
basketball player. Tunde Yesufu's NBA ceiling is like Josh Hart, which probably Josh Hart without the jumper, because I don't know where we're gonna get with the jumper. But the Baylor team is interesting that they're struggling this much. They don't have the high end talent, but both of those guys are probably looking to be end of the first round picks still for different
Yeah, I
reasons
think
on different sides of the ball.
we might still be in that because we might be underplaying Yasufu's defense sort of thing, and you take him and then Cameron Carr, maybe he slips because it's like I need someone that specializes in something instead of just like, oh, you have 20, how do you get it? It's just sheer volume sort of
Mhm.
thing. So I think there could be a lot of movement with these guys. I don't know, I honestly don't know in which regard, especially if Baylor wants to keep losing games.
Yeah. 21 going to the back half of this. Joshua Jefferson, Iowa State.
Always the best player in college.
Yeah, he
I
really
would
is.
probably I would realistically draft him as a Michigan fan, wherever we had Yaxel.
Yeah.
I would put him one
11.
higher. Yeah, I would put him one higher.
10th.
because that's the team. Whoever's taking the axle is taking the guy, and they don't need the young guy, you know? They need someone that does everything. And I already gassed up Yaxel earlier. And Joshua Jefferson, I don't think it's as athletic. He doesn't scream league like Yaxel does. But I'm just there's no eye test needed with this guy. Look at his stats. He's actually 18, 7, and 6 a game. It makes no sense at all. I don't think he's actually had a triple double this season, which means there's no like outlier of a game.
Yeah.
And he legit does whatever his stats are every single game. Undefeated team in the best conference, one of the best conferences. Um, there's no ducking what he does. There's no, oh, he's getting off with this or that. So, I mean, he's really, really good.
The reason he's further down, and you tell me if you agree or not with this, his offense compared to Yaxel is so much more college than NBA.
Yeah,
But
100%.
the defense, I mean, defending basketball will be able to translate. And the rebounding also can translate too, especially coming from being a four and his physicality is good enough.
Definitely. I mean, if the rebounding is strictly energy, then
Mm,
why would you not just go get him?
yeah,
But
seriously.
I,
At 22, we have three centers. 22 is Michigan's Ade Amara. He's the oldest one. 23 is Chris Sinak Jr. from Houston, the youngest one. And then 24 is the sophomore Patrick Gongba, the second from Duke.
yeah, Neymar is kind of ass, but he's so tall.
So tall.
They probably they call him 7'3". He's probably like actually 7'5". So all these guards that get 6'3", but they're 6 foot, this guy went down a little. He's so tall. A bunch of they just come off the glass. So it's the sort of thing where you can't teach it. And therefore we do have three straight, 1, 2, 3, and he's 4 inches taller than the next one is usually helpful.
Yeah.
Um, Now he's not good. He's actually fine in the pick and roll and whatnot, but he's not good for much outside of 12 feet.
Yeah.
But he's blocking these on neither side of the court, but he's blocking shots and he's dunking shots. He's getting fouled and what are you doing? Like you can't just go small ball on him sort of thing. You're making the other team substitute the center and whatever. Um, so you take him and you teach him.
Yeah. Chris Sinak is next athletically, highest upside. Kelvin's got him like taking some jump shots by accident.
That's what it is. I don't.
It's not really his game, and it kind of doesn't make his stats and overall production look incredible, but he's got great athleticism towards the rim and around the rim, which I think can be helpful defensively. But like, what are you gonna be? Are you gonna be a shooter, or are you gonna be a real athletic interior center? Like, are you Onyeka Okongwu?
Yeah, he likes that mid range. It's like a super shallow mid range, but he does like it there. And I mean, I'm not gonna tell him not to.
Or the form is just like too long.
It's very tall.
Yeah.
He's very tall and weird looking. They have Patrick Gongba. I'm not even sure. Is he from the Strong? No, I don't think
Left-handed big.
so. I
He
don't
didn't
think.
even start last game.
I don't.
He might have been falling out of the draft.
We got him here because he's on Duke. Who knows with him? We like it. I like his name, so he's honest.
He's not the last Duke guy. I haven't watched a ton of Duke, but I haven't seen him do much.
Well, he. I don't know what he does
He
at
probably
all.
set a pick, right?
Well, I would think he's actually like he's one of them that's like true 7 feet tall, but I don't think he can like grab it off the rim even.
I don't know.
Um, so I don't really know. Like we don't see much of him because Duke's all like the same player shooting it. Like Isaiah Evans likes to get up 30 footers a game. And then Cam Boozer likes to get up whatever he gets up. And then Gongba's kind of just like there.
He's on the floor.
Yeah. So he's like taking up space because he's big and whatnot. And therefore you gotta look his way. But if he's
Yeah.
not starting, I mean, Shire makes so many changes to the starting lineup. He's so unpleased. He started the other Boozer the other day. Like, how are you starting the other
And
Boozer?
Malik Brown at the same time.
Yeah. So he tried to teach Malik Brown how to shoot a three before the
Yeah.
season. Literally impossible.
At 25 is Malik Thomas, freshman guard from Arkansas. 26 is Braden Burries, guard from Arizona.
Malik Thomas is just a little bigger, I think. He's a little like taller. He plays like the
Taller.
he plays like the 2.5 and Barry plays like the 1.5 sort of thing. Um, Malik is just like all over the place. He thinks he's like running on like he's a spark plug. Like, I'm gonna put up all these off balance middies. I'm gonna get up my shots. I'm gonna get hit
Mhm.
on this one, so I'm gonna go there. Like, you gotta just once he learns to calm down, he's gonna be a good player. He is a good player right now statistically. He was great at in high school. He went to OTE and
Yeah.
what. Um, he just needs a coach to slow him down because he's still a little raw. But obviously
Yeah,
raw
definitely.
with him.
Yeah. Malik Thomas kind of has the same like maybe like score off the bench.
Yeah.
But Burries has like the I can fit into a NBA starting lineup if I get good enough at defense because I can dribble a little bit and I can really shoot it.
I watched him have like 50 points for Strive for Greatness, and then like LeBron was posting him and this and that. He was the best on that team with Bronny and whatnot, or maybe Bryce actually has to be.
Probably Bryce.
Um, he strikes me as someone who gets drafted to a bad team, accidentally finds himself in the starting lineup, and is good because he
Yeah,
does the right things, and he's not looking to score 15. He's just cool with an 8-3. Helping his team. Malik is gonna try to get to his 15. Like I hope he gets drafted to like Charlotte or Utah, not as like a diss because I could have said like the Wizards sort of thing, but more
Sacramento.
so, yeah, so he can just get him up
Hmm.
and hopefully he can get to that 15 a
Yeah.
game and there's no real repercussions. Maybe he's looked at as a better player than he is. Maybe he is a better player than I'm giving him credit for.
27 is Neoklis Avadalis from Virginia Tech. Probably one of the bigger question marks that will be going in and around the first round.
Yeah. I think he's like a real three. Like he shoots it like a two, big enough to be the three. You can draft him and you know he's gonna be the three sort of thing. He's gotta be like 6'8".
Six
Uh,
nine, less than
yeah,
200 pounds.
yeah, he is thin. But there's a lot of these guys where it's I'm gonna draft this point guard and make him a shooting guard sort of thing. Or I'm gonna draft this center, make him a power forward. He's 6'9" and thin. You could throw him at that two or three, probably even three if you put some professional weight on him. Let him just be a shooter. Maybe you have a stockier two anyways. You know, like OKC has SGA and then Dort. Then you can have this dude out there and he can play whatever position he wants, sort of thing. Um, but yeah, he's a good player. I saw he had like 40 in the first game of the season. Virginia Tech's not a great team, but it gives him a chance to shine, and he's been pretty good.
The playmaking stuff and when he has a lot of shot creating and shot taking responsibility has led to things being very inconsistent.
Yeah.
So if he's kind of in a smaller role, like you said, playing the three on an NBA team, I think he has some skill set that's going to be translatable.
Yeah. Once he sees them going in, stuff like that,
28 is Henry Visar,
he's
stretch
really
big from North Carolina.
I would take him really high. I know in the last video
He's
I
really
took
good.
UNC to win the ACC. Obviously, they lost like the very next game. Um, but he's very good. Under the basket, he's honestly not a three-way or a three-level scorer. He's just a two-level because there's no mid-range.
No mid
But that's
range.
honestly like super good because he knows his position. His three-pointers are only when he slips a screen or when he finds himself out there, sort of thing. And he's not just gonna like crash down. He's grabbing boards. He's getting fouled onto the basket. He hits a three at a very nice rate. It's a pretty nice shot.
Decently active on defense. I worry about him getting abused if you have him stretched out on defense and he's not like under the basket grabbing rebounds and he's got to go into drop coverage or he's got a bad switch. Like, I think that might just be like a recipe for disaster. But that's kind of the name of the game with some of these stretch bigs is like that's the shortcoming and you have
Yeah,
to plan for that.
he's a real 7 foot.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
like there's anything awkward about his frame, at least.
29, JT Toppin from Texas Tech.
This is like the I'm gonna draft the best player in college because he's the best player in college. And I don't truly think he's gonna translate because he plays the four in college, but is like a little off and might have to play my three. And he only takes mid-range jumpers sort of thing. And he's lefty and stuff like that. But at the same time, I've seen him score 30 in college against anyone ever. And the guys he scored 30 against are now getting drafted to the NBA. So why not him, sort of thing? But he literally is the best of them all. So
It kind of is what we were saying earlier about like if you're not Jokic or like Embiid or
Yeah,
Giannis and your game is built around getting a ball off the catch at the elbow or the free throw line,
every single time.
then it's probably not going to be you in the National Basketball Association.
You're not turning and putting that up. They're not
Yeah,
letting you just like pivot your on the left.
yeah.
It's like put it up. Yeah.
If he can't if he can't shoot or dribble sometime in the next calendar year, maybe I don't know how his adjustment to the NBA is going to go.
Yep.
But we've seen guys make it before, even someone closer to us like Luca Garza. I mean, he's making a three. He's setting some, ho-hum off-ball screen here and there at the top of the key, but you can adjust your gameplay, and maybe this is JT Toppin shedding 15 pounds and getting to a little more of an athletic forward. There
Yeah.
are ways to do it, but as his play style stands right now, he's not the NBA type player.
Definitely.
So 30 and 31,
Oh, I don't know
Dash,
anything about these guys.
Dash Daniels, Dyson Daniels' brother, so he's probably good at defense.
Defense, on ball defense. I'm gonna draft him and try to make him Dyson sort of thing. Sure.
Kareem Lopez from Mexico. These guys don't play in college, so I haven't watched any New Zealand Breakers. I probably will. I'll look at some film. I watched some Noah Penda film minutes before the draft last
Yeah,
year
I'm
with Brady.
yeah.
Loki was looking kind of nice, so maybe these guys will be all right.
I mean, like Penda, like, was supposed to be a Boston Celtic until they
Yeah,
drafted Hugo. There was no film on him because he averaged two a game in Spain, but whatever.
yeah. 32. This is a
Oh, the
fun
defensive
one.
player.
Yeah, Tyler Tanner, 6 foot nothing from undefeated Vanderbilt.
So why don't they give my boy 6'3" as well?
He didn't ask for 6'3".
That's not. Yeah, he's really good. He's honestly just a winner. And I might be jumping the gun here, but they're 16 and 0. He's the
And
best on the
lost.
team, and they play teams, you know. He's got to beat these teams.
He's doing it.
They're in the SEC. Their home court advantage, he was getting them all lit against Alabama. They never trailed in the game. They were up. The game got close, and he went to the bucket. He's a great passer as well. His shot's pretty. Now at 6 foot, his shot, and maybe they have to make his release point a little higher. That's dangerous. We saw Markel Fultz was never really a shooter, but they try to raise his release point, stuff like that. It's dangerous, adds a hitch, stuff like that. But they wouldn't really do that to him, even if he is 6 foot.
The 3-point shot, I mean, like the looks for it might go down, but the ball handling is there, the passing is there. I mean, I think of a guy like Dennis Schroeder, who's made a career off of being a barely 6'1" backup point guard that can facilitate and help an offense run.
He gets his off the dribble too. It's not like he's just a catch and shoot type. It doesn't matter the height guy.
He's good, and he's been flying up boards too, just because of the natural offensive ability, even though he is
Yeah.
undersized.
Yeah.
33, Dame Sar,
Yes.
guard from Duke.
They
Uh,
started literally boozer over him the other day.
he plays for Duke.
I honestly wish I looked into his stats.
They're
Uh,
not good. He's got the potential as a point of attack defender, especially because he's long.
yeah, I've seen his build. I know he's probably what do they call him? 6'7".
6'7".
Wingspan's probably pushing 6'10" sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's promising there, sort of thing that Celtics drafted Jordan Walsh. And are like, let's just see what we can do. We know he's going to defend well. But I mean, we're getting jumped by Caden Boozer right now in
Mhm.
the starting lineup. Obviously, Shire's mixing everything up, but I wouldn't take him.
They
I
got
don't.
him at 180 pounds. He must have been coming right out of the pool, I bet.
Yeah, I don't need defense this badly personally, but yeah, he was able to weigh himself literally in a storm.
34, Ryan Conwell, the country's best transfer because it's definitely not Darion Williams from Louisville.
No, it's Morris Johnson. Um, yeah,
He's
Ryan Caldwell from the Strong. He's
Yeah, he
good.
can
How
shoot it.
old? He'll be 23, right?
He just turned 22.
All right, sure. Yeah, he's really good. He scores at every level. I need to see him lead his team to more wins.
Hmm.
I don't really think they should be down by like 5 losses or whatever it might be with them.
Yeah.
Uh, But down the stretch, he's a guy that I would expect to play well in March, play well later, pick up some big wins, maybe go into Durham and get him, or when they host him, I forget which uh where the last game was. I think the last one was at Louisville. But
Yeah, I worry about him being small. He's 6'4".
definitely he don't play. He plays like he's got to be 6'6" or something.
Yeah, like if you're gonna be the shooting wing off the bench in the NBA, it's hard to do that at 6'4" if you don't do something else really well. And
Right.
he
Yeah.
kind of doesn't.
Yeah, we were talking about Flemings earlier. Like, how are you 6'4" and how is Conwell 6'4"?
I thought Ryan Conwell, like I was gonna throw out like Karis LeVert, Tim
Yeah,
Jr.
seriously.
He's like Ryan Rollins' height.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And both lefty.
He's all right. He's been doing really well this season.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
35, a guy who definitely doesn't have any teammates on this list. Zuby Ejiofor, setter from St. John's.
Well, the poor guy gets entry passes that are thrown to him by both Beavis and Butthead, and they never get to him. So he's got to like get it off the glass and
Yeah.
then go like get the and he does it. There was one game, whichever loss it was, I guess it was probably 2 games ago because they got the one against Crane the other day. He like 35 and 15 in a loss by 100. It's like, how is that even possible? The one that they benched Shannon or
Yeah.
something like that, like Captain Jack of ass is like I don't even know what his teammates do. I
Yeah.
have a feeling they'll figure it out relatively speaking because they're lucky to be in the Big East.
Hmm.
So they gotta like start winning games somewhere.
Yeah.
He's really good. Like the Celtics want to go draft like whoever the best players in round one, and then see if Zuby Ejiofor wants to get drafted. I mean, he's about 260 pounds.
He's
They
stocky for
yeah, they
sure.
have to get rid of Garza there. We can't really have both out there. Um,
We would set the meanest ghost screens from 18 feet away, though.
yeah, it's honestly true.
36. I don't even really know dude's name. Milan Monklovic. I
Yeah,
don't know how to say his name. He plays on Iowa State. He's the white guy. He shoots it
Levitt is on him.
95% from three.
He's just the best shooter.
I haven't seen him miss.
It's the wing. Like, how do you not draft? And Braylon Mullins is like obviously the best shooter probably. But this dude's the best shooter, and he's like 6'10". But
Yeah.
he plays like he's a two.
6'8"
Yeah, he
and
plays like
forward.
he's a two. You throw him right at the three. He has the height and release point of a four, sort of thing. Like that is literally perfect. He's just obviously a little aged. So a team that wants to win but might be scared. So like the Timberwolves or something, for example.
Mhm.
I honestly, besides Ant, have no idea where they get their shooting really. They bring in a guy like this right off the bench, you're getting cold, and he could just put up three threes, high release points, sort of like Hauser, I guess would probably be his player comp.
Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
Like I guess every team needs that.
Mhm. 37. Now, I'm really intrigued by Dalen Swain because he's 6'8". He's almost a point guard and he's pretty good at a lot, but he's still like far away from getting taken seriously.
Yeah, he started his career in the Big East. It was like, wow, you're really good. You're just gonna transfer and then be really good and then go league. And he just kind of lingered in college. He had the perfect build to go do anything. He can get downhill. He could stop. He can go play the one, even though Texas obviously has crowded guard play of guys that just put up the stupidest shots for the last 3 years. Um, but he's been a good player. He's always going to average the same 16 and 5 and 3 or whatever. And he does it like a wing. He's literally like, I don't even know. He's a good player
38, Morez Johnson Jr.
Now that's the best transfer.
Sometimes comes out at the big three for Michigan.
He's a great defender, actually.
Yeah, really good defender. The offense, it kind of doesn't matter as much as some of these other guys we've talked about. Some of these other bigs, like his offensive game won't translate to the NBA. He kind of doesn't have one. It's just like catch the ball wherever you need me to be.
That's where it is. So maybe teams look at it and he's like, wow, he's versatile. Maybe they look at it like, wow, he doesn't have a bag. But he's been
Yeah.
scoring honestly the most for Michigan. He's like a sort of two-level scorer in terms of he sometimes stops on a dime and puts up like some ugly floater that he gets to roll. And then oftentimes he's just stronger than the guy guarding him, sort of thing. But
I think something that's attractive about him is you're not going to need to like craft offensive action around him like you are
yeah,
some of these like edge of four or JT Toppin, some of these other bigs that are in this range.
100%. He's big, he's strong.
39, Isaiah Evans. He plays for Duke.
I mean, he's got to be the streakiest shooter you could ever.
So streaky, but he
He is a
does make them.
great player. Yeah, it's not the shooting that's streaky necessarily, but him as a player that only is a shooter to be so streaky means it sort of does also have to be the shooting, you know?
Yeah.
I guess he knows his role has increased a little this year, so he's trying to do a little more, trying to get to the rim, trying to get fouls, but he still always catches himself like, whoops, I just put up three possessions in a row, a 29 footer, a 30, and a 33 footer.
Every
Um,
time he tries to go beyond the catch and shoot, it's usually more bad than good.
yeah. Now, obviously, having him here means there's some good to be had, but
Yeah, a little bit. 40 as we wrap this up is Braden Smith out of Purdue.
I mean, he's just like a phenomenal passer. Sometimes you got to give the throw the old guy a bone, but this is gonna translate. Um, yeah, I mean, they're doing it in Phoenix right now. There's all the like, you just got to give old guards a chance sometimes, you know?
Colin Gillespie,
Yeah,
number 12, is pretty good at basketball.
I guess.
I mean, Braden Smith is good. Obviously, he's super little and super old, which is exactly what the NBA doesn't pick in the draft. But the assist numbers have been otherworldly. I don't know who's best passer since Braden Smith, Lonzo Ball,
Yeah,
Ben
like
Simmons.
I honestly don't even know like who
It's
they.
at that level.
Yeah,
He's little. He could be a backup point guard. I mean, we see undersized guards kind of find their way. I'm thinking of Colin Gillespie, TJ McConnell. Obviously, he does it a little differently, or like the Spencer brothers. Like
yeah.
there's a pocket for there's a pocket for the smaller guy to kind of do some things on offense. And at his size, the defense will be whatever it is, but he's probably never gonna take on too much responsibility on an NBA court.
I wouldn't think.
But the college success has really been special.
He's good. He's gonna break the record, I think.
I
I
think
wonder if he's
so.
mathematically on track, but I know he broke the Big Ten one.
All right, that's the list.
Looks good.
Top 40 NBA draft board. It looks great. It will change. We will make updates. We will talk about changes. We will get it to 60 before the draft. We might get it beyond 60, but definitely 260. And that's the list for now. Next week we'll be back with some more game analysis, college basketball content within conference play. But yeah, any final thoughts about the landscape or the future of college hoops or the NBA draft before we go?
Um, Lehigh men, shout out them.
Yes.
Good wins the other day. Go blue. Let's turn it around there. Lehigh women basketball haven't lost yet in Patriot Place, so I mean all is good besides that Wisconsin loss for Michigan.
We're keeping Boston College in our thoughts and prayers, but we appreciate their layup lines
Yeah, I appreciate the love there. We
for
appreciate
helping our video get some traction a little bit.
how sweet.
Thank you guys all for listening. We will see you next week.
I appreciate it.